How's everybody doing? Welcome in AOP. Welcome in Patricia, Michael, and Dee. Hope you're having a good night. All right, tonight's reading is going to be elemental. I'm going to do earth, air, fire, water. So if you are a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, I'm going to do one sign of each. Okay? So I'm going to start with Taurus. I'm going to go with Aries. I'm going to go with Gemini and Pisces, and then I'm going to come back to Virgo, Leo, Libra, Cancer, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Aquarius, and Scorpio. Okay? Hope you're all doing great tonight. That's okay, TA. Thank you for stopping in to say hi. All right, Taurus. We're going to start with you tonight. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Not every message is going to be your message, and that's okay. If it doesn't resonate, maybe go find another video on my profile or go find another reader. It's totally up to you, your choice. You can get a personal reading. Hit up my link section and work with Hipsy there. There's a Hipsy link there. You can get a personal reading. All right, Spirit. What do we got for Taurus? What's Taurus's vibe? What do they need to know? All right, Taurus. Hmm. Okay, I got 3 cards out for you with a vibe. I do see that you're healing. I think you're kind of at a precipice. You're coming to a crossroads, but you're kind of stuck with the direction in which you need to go, or that you're trying to focus on. You're coming from a time of maybe hitting rock bottom. You might have been overextended. Maybe you got in a little over your head, maybe too many irons in the fire. And I think it might have broke you. It might make you feel like you're a failure, that you're not enough. You could very well be dealing with some sort of nightmares. And just recently it's sort of calmed down. But you're kind of in a lull. You're kind of in a spot where you're maybe stagnant. You very well could be put in a position where you can't make up your mind. You're having a hard time believing in yourself. Okay? Let's get you an angel card. I'm also being told to tell you this isn't the end. This isn't the end of the rope, okay? There's more coming in for you. I do sense that there's blessings, but I think it's a change of perspective that you need, okay? Ultimately, maybe take a step back, understand that you've been through a lot, recognize that, acknowledge it, but don't let it dictate your life. Don't let the past come in and dictate your life. There's more to life than what you've been through. Okay, a lot of the times we go through trials and errors and failures to teach us what we're supposed to be focusing on. Sometimes the things that we go through are meant to teach us something. There's a lesson in it. And if you're feeling like you're in a rut and things just don't change, they just continue, and it seems like any choices that you have made, it's brought you to the same situation. It's like it's kind of like Groundhog Day. It's kind of feeling like it's because you haven't learned the lesson. There's something there that you're missing, and you need to take a step back and look at it a little deeper. I'm also getting, you need to go deeper than just surface level, okay? Angels, can I get a card for Taurus, please? I'm going to pick out of the middle. Okay, the Holy Spirit. Yeah, miracles are possible. Okay? Your ability to experience miracles is down to your capacity to believe that miracles are possible for you. Don't give up hope. A real turnaround is possible now. The light of angels is surrounding you, inviting you to step into the most gracious receiving state possible. Open your heart and expect a miraculous solution. You are worthy. You just have to know it. Okay? Your activation with this: I am worthy of miracles in all forms. Okay? So have hope. Things are about to change for you. Alright? Let's get a Voice of Souls message for you. You might have lost someone recently, and maybe this is why you're having such a hard time. Okay? You're feeling like there's not going to be a way out. You're feeling like there's not going to be some sort of solution that's going to come to the table. And you've been really you've been kind of focused with a karmic energy. And it's almost as if it's like you can't let this go. Alright? As a cross-watcher, you might be cross-watching for a Taurus. And you may have lost a Taurus as well. Okay? So, whatever the situation is, okay, flip it to where you need it, to where it makes sense. But you need to focus on you for a change. Ryan, welcome in, buddy. We missed you last night. It was a good one. You really need to be focusing on you, Taurus, ultimately. Okay? There's good things still coming in for you. But you have to believe that to be possible. Okay? Where things have been pretty well in a rut for you, it's very difficult to see outside of this rut. But it's going to take a little bit of courage. It's going to take a little bit of creativity. And know that you're very, very possible to be the shapeshifter. You're very well good to adapt to your surroundings and your situations. Okay? So don't take it as a rut. Take it as a moment of respite. Take it as a moment of, okay, well, if this isn't working, how can I change it to make it work for me? Okay? Yeah. You're not speaking up. There's something you need to speak up about, ultimately. I think that's the biggest issue. You're failing to communicate in a way that's going to benefit you. I'm almost kind of getting this feeling like somebody wants you to shut up. Somebody doesn't want you to speak. Somebody wants you to stay quiet. Somebody's telling you that your opinion doesn't matter. Okay? And if you have these types of people in your life, I'll tell you right now, they're toxic. Alright? You need to get new friends. Alright? Taurus, you are enough. You always have been. But it's the belief in yourself that matters above all else. Okay? You need to make a commitment to who you are and who you want to become, who you want to be. Okay? And maybe you need to get more in touch with your spirit, maybe your higher power. Okay? It would definitely help you to find strength. Alright? Welcome in, Maureen. Welcome in, Patricia. Welcome in, Daniel. It's been an adventure. We'll put it that way. Okay? Let's see what the karmic chicken has to say. Can I get a message for Taurus from the karmic chicken? Alright, passed on karmic thought that they, by ending it, would remove accountability. Purgatory bound. Committed to making you look bad. And superficial snorkel gear, surface level. This is what I'm trying to talk to you about. When you're sitting at surface level and you're not going within yourself to reflect on what you've been going through, yeah, you're not going to get anywhere, right? Sometimes you got to dig into the mud in order to find solid ground in order to get yourself out of it. Otherwise, you're just slipping and sliding. Okay, you might have been dealing with a cheater. Somebody's cheating on you. "10 toes down, 30 steps left. Not my circus or my monkeys." Misunderstanding you on purpose. Stop saying sorry for being you. You are important. Well, maybe you're not apologizing. Or somebody didn't apologize. Okay? And maybe that's what got you all hung up, and you're waiting for that apology. The way you're treated, that's your closure. Okay? And sometimes you just have to take that closure for face value. Okay? Some of you might have lost everything. You might have grew up with a silver spoon in your mouth. Or you might be dealing with somebody with a silver spoon in their mouth that lost everything. And they're probably a basket case and they don't know what to do with themselves. How is that your problem? You know what I mean? Sometimes you need to focus on yourself. Welcome in, Sarah. Welcome in, Phoenix. Welcome in, Oscar. I think you need to mostly apologize to yourself for putting you through all this pain. And maybe it wasn't you putting you through all this pain, but you have choices too. Okay? And for people that want to misunderstand you on purpose, really, if you can recognize this, cut these people out of your life. Because if they're not willing to understand you, and they're doing this on purpose, you're dealing with toxic individuals. And who wants to really give any validity to a cheater? You're disrespecting yourself and your integrity by taking on some sort of a cheater, all right? Stand your ground. Stick up for yourself. You have every right to. This is your life. All right, Taurus? Dig deep. Dig deep and do some courageous healing for yourself. And if this is you and you want a session with me, feel free to hit me up on Hipsy and get yourself a personal reading, okay? I'm only a message away. All right, a quick 5-card message. What does Taurus need to know right now that's going to help them elevate and help them move into their next season? What's going on with my Taurians? What do they need to know right now to get them into the next season? Right off the top, Spirit. Right off the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so you're at the process of a crossroads where you're learning lessons right now. And if you're still in that rut, what you need to do really is to focus on your elevation. What is the world, what is my situation trying to teach me here? Okay? And with the Eight of Shells sitting here, we're talking about walking away from what no longer serves you. Okay, there's certain things being revealed to you right now, and you very well could be at the process of losing everything. Okay? But the Seven of Crystals, this is about taking stock. This is about seeing what you have available as options and seeing the results of your choices and moving forward with that. Okay, so you have the ability to elevate, you have the ability to ascend into your next season, but this is all up to you. It's looking like things are being revealed to you, and you need to take time out to assess the situation before you make any further moves. And this is about going deeper than just surface level and making choices that are going to better your situation rather than sitting in the shit and letting it simmer. Okay? Let's get you a dragon card, and I'm going to move on. Dragons, what's the message for Taurus? Taurus, and the aquamarine dragon from Neptune enables you to access your deepest soul wisdom. Spirituality and wisdom are available to you. Develop your psychic abilities and receive ineffable soul knowledge. So this is about going deep, all right? We've been talking about surface level shit throughout your whole reading, okay? And maybe you don't want to go deep. Maybe you don't want to dig deep into your subconscious or into your trauma or into your stress or into your problems. Maybe you just want to drink it away or use substances to calm your nerves. You know what? It works for the moment. But over time, you're literally diminishing your body. Okay? So, really, when you're looking at your situation, if you're not willing to heal and be courageous in that healing, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot. And you deserve better than that. Alright, Taurus? Yeah, Orange Gold Dragon from Arcturus opens you to knowledge for the new golden age. Carry the energy of the future and be a guiding light. Okay, but in order to be that guiding light, you need to learn a couple things first. Alright? It's all up to you and your choices and how you move forward with it. Okay? Now, if you're new here, go ahead and take a look at the description box of the video. Okay? Alright, Aries, this is your message. I'm going to start off with, I'm going to start off with the Angel card. And then Voice of Souls. Okay. Room for the Angel cards. The Vibe. Voice of Souls. I'm going to use these for clarifiers if I need them. A Tarot message. A Dragon message. And an Archetypes. And the Karmic Chicken. Alright. So Aries, let's check out for you what your angel card is. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. You're all going to get the same thing, so hang tight. Welcome in, everybody, and welcome back. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can do so through a super chat, super sticker, super thanks. It is coming up to my birthday week, so I have opened up my PayPal for donations. So if you'd like to send me a donation for my birthday, I would greatly appreciate that. All right, Aries. Angels, what's the best angel card for Aries? All right, Mary, Queen of Angels. Do not be afraid, Aries. You were born for this. Trust in your voice. Trust in your ability to articulate your thoughts. Trust in your capacity to use and share your gifts. If you are feeling scared or unsure about the next step, this is just showing how much you care about making a difference. Stand in the light of your soul. It is the only shield you need. Activation. I trust in myself, my voice, my gifts. I am unafraid. Okay? So do not be afraid, Aries. All right, what's your vibe? Welcome in, Max. Aw, thank you, Phoenix. All right, let's see what we got going on. All right, burn bridges, suffering in silence, rumors, gossip, feeling hopeful, inspired, and yeah. So you haven't got an apology by the looks of it, yet you're feeling inspired, you're feeling optimistic, successful. But I get somebody that's in your energy, they want to rebuild a bridge with you. They don't want you to burn bridges with them. And I do believe that you might be speaking up, and people might have some sort of rumors going on or some sort of gossip going on about you. But a lot of it is the fact that you inspire people, the fact that you create an optimistic kind of energy, right? You're usually there, and you usually give pretty good advice as an Aries, okay? And people kind of, some people are kind of taking you in a different light. And I get a feeling that there's been some rumors that they're saying that you're arrogant, that you're rash, you're insecure, and that you don't know what you're talking about or whatever else. But Aries, I get a feeling that you've been through a lot. You've been through an extreme amount of pain and suffering. You like things in a certain way. You like things done a certain with a certain quality, and you're not willing to settle for less. And when people kind of half-ass the situation, it's very disheartening. You don't, and people wonder, okay, well, why don't you have anything good to say? Well, if they would show up in a way of benefit of a genuine energy and some sort of quality and integrity, you really wouldn't have much to say. Okay? So the fact that, you're showing up with something substantial and they're having a hard time to match that is creating an insecurity for them. Okay? Where you don't have any insecurity. I don't think so. I don't think you're arrogant. I don't think you're taking rash actions. You're very analytical with what you do and what you choose to partake in, energetically even. And you're not one to play stupid games because you know you'll win stupid prizes, right? So I think you've taken a very integral look at your situation, and you're moving forward with that. Art Taylor, welcome in. Thank you so much for joining membership chat level. Greatly appreciated. Welcome in. You might be dealing with a psychopath. You might have unmasked one, okay? And you're really kind of in this position where you're getting your energy back, you're getting your footing again, and you're really being very choosy as to who you are sharing your information with. There's certain people that want your mentorship, or there's certain people that want your help, but you're beginning to understand that some of these people are actually assholes, where they'll ask you for your advice, and then they won't take it. And then they'll come back and bitch at the fact that they're going through something and they didn't bother taking your advice. And had they wouldn't be in the situation that they're in. Okay? So that's their problem, not yours. You don't have to take on their burdens. Right? Everybody has a choice. Okay? But ultimately, these people here that you're burning bridges with, they've presented a lack of trust. They've been very disloyal to you. They've turned their back on them, and they've turned their back on you. Okay, and of course you're going to burn these bridges, right? Now there very well could be a couple people that might have burned their bridge with you, and really, rejection is divine protection in respect to that. Okay, so if people want to leave your life, let them. Right? They weren't meant to stay anyway. That's the way it is. And for some, when you give your heart, you tend to give your heart all the way. You're very loyal. Okay, you're not one to you're not one to play games. Specifically Aries. All right, voice of souls for Aries. What do we got for Aries, Spirit? What's the best message for the voice of souls for Aries? So you need to take some time out to spend some time with Spirit. Okay, because double time, there's a message to pass on here. As well, there's a spiritual message in this. Okay, so spend some time in solitude. Okay, because there's some sort of secrets happening behind your back. And I kind of get a feeling that I'm visualizing the high priestess card in my head. So I think you're intuitive, and with this whole situation, you are you're recognizing the situation, really. You're seeing things from a different perspective, and I think to some degree what's been happening is that I think you're intuitively finding out some information that you've been waiting on, but you haven't been getting that information from any one person. It's more like you've been getting it like a download from Spirit. Okay? Spirit's asking you to trust in that message that is being given to you. All right? What do we got for a tarot message for my Aries? Right off the top, my dear. Right off the top. 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. So you are going to be getting some sort of insight very, very soon. Things are going to balance out for you. Spirit's also saying that there's something going on in the dark. Okay, that is, at this point, I think, trying to not be revealed to you. Like somebody's keeping you in the dark about something. All right, and I don't know. With this awakening card in the reverse, I think there's an actual ending with a particular person or a particular energy. But it's almost as if somebody wants you to carry on burdens. They want to open up old wounds. They want to open up a situation where, I'm kind of feeling like you in this divine energy. You're not in the karmic energy. You're trying to dispel that energy out of your life. And by the looks of it here, things are balancing out. And I think what's happening is you need to keep this in the dark. You got to keep this to yourself. All right? There's certain things that you can speak on, and then there's certain things that you should just keep to yourself, ultimately. Because, I don't know, I get this feeling like these people that you're burning bridges with, that want to rekindle, they don't deserve you. They don't deserve to be in your energy. Okay? Now, there very well could be a new partnership coming in, and this new partnership is going to balance things out for you. But you're going to have to keep this secret. Okay? Because somebody's going to come in and, bark their face off about something to try to ruin this for you. Okay? And it's basically to open up old wounds, to remove you from this ability to be awakened. Meanwhile, you're wide awake. There's no stopping you. Okay? And somebody's trying to keep something in the dark, where you are concerned or where someone else is concerned. All right? So take some time in nature, take some time by yourself, and really kind of commune within your spirit, within your soul, within who you are as a person and what you want to step forward with. Okay? And I think you're already in this energy, but there's something that you're missing. Okay? So take another look and just kind of be in the moment and understand that, yeah, if you're stepping up and into maybe a leader position, as an Aries is, they're the first of the zodiac, right? They're known as born leaders. And people don't like you in this position. People don't like you in this position, so they're trying to diminish you. They're trying to discredit you. They're trying to devalue you and bring you into your lower karmic energy, which I think you've finally retired from that karmic energy. And they're trying to pull you back down. Okay, and this is, I think this is something to do with the secrets. They're trying to find some sort of secrets about you. I don't see that they're really finding anything. You live a very integral life, so there's not much. You're kind of walking around like an open book. Like you don't really have much of a secret. Okay, it's you've always thought before you did. You thought before you say. You thought before you even think. You overthink sometimes. Okay, which could very well be a challenge for you. However, I do see things changing for you, and for the better. All right? Let's get a karmic chicken. What's going on with my Aries? You're dealing with a poser. Poser, hoser, playing in your face. You need to use discernment with who you're sharing your energy with. Okay? Can I get more? Yeah, smiling in your face, laughing behind your back. So there's definitely something going on behind the scenes that you're not aware of. And this could very well be somebody, I really get that you're healing from having toxic traits due to a toxic family. That's the card that we've got, but it's in the reverse. Okay? So I think you're healing this. I think you've maybe let go a lot of toxic family members, and good going. It's not easy to do. All right? Spirit's saying to, stop being so picky, but I can understand you need to use your discernment going forward, which is understandable. You're not allowing people to live rent-free in your head anymore, and it's bringing you peace. Now, I'll tell you right now, your ancestors are extremely, extremely proud of you. Okay? And ultimately, Spirit's saying you have nothing to worry about. You're being divinely guided, guarded, and protected. Okay? And I think this is why you need to take some time out with Spirit, to commune with Spirit, with your ancestors and whatnot, in order to really kind of get the message that you need to keep going. Okay? Now, you might be a chosen one. You might be dealing with an Aquarius. Very well could, carrying Karen. You could be dealing with the passed on karmic. Maybe this is the secret. Maybe a karmic that you were dealing with passed away, and people are trying to keep this information from you. It very well could be. But if they passed away, they did this to remove accountability. Okay? And now they're purgatory bound. All right? So this isn't on the account of you. This is on the account of themselves for what they've done. Now, you could have been dealing with a karmic that really treated you like crap, and maybe they are feeling guilty. Could be a Cancer, okay? They're feeling guilty as to how they treated you. So, all right, Aries, we got the orange dragon. Brings soul families and communities together. Spread belonging, warmth, and oneness. Bring people everywhere together. Isn't that ironic? Royal blue and gold dragon strengthens you to stand in your power with wisdom. Awaken to your own majesty. Wear your cloak of power with pride. Water dragon helps you to flow easily around obstacles. Christ's light and love are all flowing. Develop your psychic abilities and go with the flow. All right? So I'm getting a really good feeling of you adapting to your surroundings, and you're kind of open-minded, easygoing, and you're just kind of going with the flow. I think that's the best thing for you today, to meet, to meet your expectations and your goals. But remember, Aries, don't be so hard on yourself, okay? Yeah, you are the storm. I'm getting that. Okay, you are the medallion, okay? You hold tradition. You hold what is sacred, okay? You have a heart of gratitude. And you're good at finding the truth, okay? You're good at finding out the truth. You're good at finding the messages that you need and that you're seeking. You're good at finding information. You're very wise for whoever you are. And by the way, Aries, happy birthday. If your birthday is today, tomorrow, the next day, whenever, we are in the season of Aries. So happy birthday, Aries. All right. We're going to go with Gemini. All right, Gemini. Welcome in, Alex. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Alex. Hey, Nathan. My goodness, it's been a quick minute, hasn't it? Welcome in, buddy. You're turning 10? Well, happy birthday. You're not really supposed to be in my chat. It's an 18 and over kind of place. But because it's your birthday, and if you can just kind of, you know, take the message, just, you know, use your discernment, okay? I hope you had a great day for your birthday. All right, Gemini. Angels, what's the card for Gemini? Picking from the middle. Seraphim. Divine compensation. All the good that you have done is blessing your pathway. When you do good, take loving action and share without hesitation. You build a powerful energy field that will protect and guide you on your way. All the generosity and kindness you have shared in your life is now coming back in a miraculous wave of light to lead you towards your next phase. This is the law of divine compensation. Activation. My own goodness attracts good things, opportunities, and experiences. It is, it is, it is. All right, Gemini, let's get your vibe. We got Archangel Michael coming to say hi. Okay, you're stepping into your divine energy. You might be having a hard time wrapping your head around certain energies or certain situations, having a hard time to self-reflect. Find courage, Gemini. It's worth it. Okay, specifically if you're dealing with some sort of healing that you're dealing with. Okay. You might be feeling salty, bitter, angry, okay, about something. You might have been creating distance, or you might be going through a divorce. You might have been ghosted. You might be dealing with a separation. Okay? Ultimately, I think self-reflection is a big thing for you. If you're going to stick in this kind of surface level kind of stuff, situation, you're not really going to find any traction. You have to go deeper. Okay? Now, I'm really kind of getting this feeling like you're not really feeling worthy. You're not feeling in this energy of I don't know. You're kind of feeling dull is the kind of feeling I'm getting. Like, what's the point? You know, it's really giving me this energy of bitterness. Like you're having a hard time trying to shake it. And shaking the anger away. And, you know, it's been very difficult. And I think with having a divorce or being ghosted or something along that line, or having a separation, it very well could be. But really, what's the divorce for? What's the situation? Right? Why were you ghosted? You know? It's a good thing to ask. What's the situation with the karmic chicken? What does the karmic chicken have to say? Ah, somebody being sloppy. Maybe a third party. Some haters. Maybe you're failing to learn some lessons. Maybe you need to stop being so sloppy. Right? That's the only one that came out. Sloppy Joe. So, I don't know what to tell you there, but maybe you need to work on quality rather than quantity. It could be a situation. Okay? Alright, Gemini, what do we got for you here? The Chariot, the Four of Acorns, the Three of Shells in reverse, and the Shadow. One more. The Three of Feathers. Okay, so you're kind of getting in touch with your discipline. You're determined with dealing with something. And this is talking about the Four of Acorns. So you're focused, you're determined to find comfort. You're determined to find some sort of community. But I don't know. There's a third party kind of situation here with the Three of Cups here, the Three of Shells in the reverse. Dealing with this juggling aspect of yourself and trying to step into some sort of divine energy. Asking for protection from Archangel Michael could very well be a situation that you're dealing with right now, right? Maybe you're feeling bitter and angry about the fact that there's no reconciliation here, the fact that you're being ghosted, the fact that maybe you need to deal with your shadow. Maybe you need to sit with your shadow for a little bit. This is about finding your self-empowerment. Finding your ambition again, right? Things might be a little bit, I don't know, dull, all right? I'm coming back to that because it's kind of showing itself in the reading overall. Now, there has been some sort of betrayal, maybe that you're trying to release. So within this mix, maybe Archangel Michael's protecting. They very well could be protecting some sort of divinity or divine aspect. Or maybe, maybe Archangel Michael's having to come in and show you some sort of divine intervention in your life. Maybe Archangel Michael's trying to teach you something. Okay? So there's definitely lessons here that you need to learn. I can see that. With the Chariot, it's about finding your pathway, finding your purpose and being determined as the direction that you want to go in. And this is about finding some sort of stability. Now, this could also represent some sort of marriage, too. Maybe you're wanting to come forward and ask somebody to marry. Maybe this is why there's the divorce. And maybe because maybe you're the one that divorced someone and whoever you're dealing with is all salty about it. Okay? And they're not willing to self-reflect. It could very well be that situation. So whatever the situation is, I think you're going to be able to release this eventually. Okay, but this is going to take some sort of ambition and self-empowerment to get there. It's about doing shadow work. Okay. And I think, yeah, there's some sort of third-party situation going on here. You very well could know, you could be involved with a third-party situation, and you're not too sure on how to get yourself out of a situation here, and maybe to release them, but it's going to happen. But it's going to take your ambition to get there. Okay? I hope that message helped you. Let's get you a dragon card. We got the rainbow dragon. Brings the leap of joy that opens new doors. Have trust, rediscover wisdom, expect miracles, and accept opportunities. Lilac dragon transmutes through the power of divine love. Open up to transcendent love and enlightenment. Purity of heart brings peace, hope, and joy. Earth and water dragon creates a foundations for new growth. A fresh start is coming with new opportunities. Nurture your ideas and harvest the abundance. Okay? So ultimately, I think you're waiting on these new doors. You're waiting, maybe you're kind of reflecting on the divine possibilities that are coming into your life. Okay? And I think it's just about pacing yourself and really kind of stepping into the determination of moving forward with the Chariot. Okay? Now, you could very well be dealing with some sort of law situation. The Chariot sometimes represents police to me. And as soon as I seen the Chariot, there very well could be something where you might be going through along, some sort of situation regarding that. Maybe this was dealing with the divorce or separation. Okay. Whatever the situation, you really kind of need to take into perspective what your actions were, if that's the case, if this is part of your story, right? And a lot of it, I think, has to do with taking accountability for what you brought to the table, right? You don't necessarily have to take accountability for what other people brought to the table, but what you brought to the table, right? And sometimes our actions don't match our integrity. Sometimes we get all wrapped up in a position where it's just not feasible for your situation. Okay? So I hope that helped you, Gemini. Alright. We're going to move on to Pisces. Okay. Alright, Pisces. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're coming in and you're new, take a look at the description box. Pretty well all the information that you need to know is in the description box. If you have any possibility of wanting a personal reading, it is available. Readings are open. Give me about 3 to 7 days to get back to you. Usually it's done within the next day. I'm wide open at this point, so if you guys want to get a reading, it'll be done relatively quickly. All right. Pisces. What do we got for Pisces? Angels, what's Pisces' best blessed message from the angels? Okay. The Shekinah. Give the gift of your presence. Now is the time to show up in ways that you've never shown up before. Get present with those you love and care about. Go beyond distractions and direct yourself back to the current moment, so that way you can enjoy the blessings that surround you. Instead of focusing on where you are going or what has previously happened, enjoy the beauty of the here and the now. Activation, I awaken to the blessings of the present moment. Okay? Ryan, you're even more selfish for ending it. Because I'll tell you right now, your brother would want you to live. He would want you to live your best life. And if you didn't know it, I understand you're going through a rough time right now. But despite what you're going through, your brother's extremely proud of you for continuing to go, to continuing to move, to continuing to strive. And Ryan, things are about to get so much better for you. And no, your brother doesn't want you to end it. I'm going to tell you that right now. He's with you. No, it's not good, Ryan. But this is giving you the ability to experience this, to show the spirit what you don't want in your life. You're finding out what you don't want and what you do want. You're finding out the difference. You're finding out what matters to you and what doesn't. Build the courage within yourself to stick up for yourself. Because you deserve better. You deserve to be out of this abusive situation. You deserve to have your wildest dreams happen for you. And you know what? In last night's video, we were all trying to call you in here. We were all trying to call you into the live. We mentioned you quite a bit in the last night's live. We were hoping you were going to show up. Why? Because we care. Not just me, but my tribe here. You are a part of something here. So don't think it's the end, because it's not. You need to get courageous, and you need to start sticking up for yourself. Even if it's packing a bag and taking off and going somewhere safe. Certain places, if you were to call services, they would help you, depending on where you are. And I know you have services available to you to help you get to a safe place, specifically if you're being abused. Because no, Ryan, you don't deserve to be abused. And I know that your brother's very, very proud of you for sticking through it and trying to find a new day. And it seems as though all the days of hell seems to bleed and blur into each other. And that's the worst part about it. Because it brings us to a place that isn't all that happy, right? The servers. Ryan, I need you to reach out to my DMs. So that way we can converse in the DMs. Because I need you to reiterate your situation. We need some one-on-one time. And I'm willing to give you free one-on-one time. You don't have to pay me a dime. Sure. Reach out to me. I want to help you. I want to help you rise so that way you can step into your next season. But you got to take that step, my friend. Good things are going to start happening for you, Ryan. I guarantee it. Okay? I care about you, buddy. And the tribe cares about you. And don't ever think anything different. I walked away from my whole family. I walked away from a whole bunch of so-called friends. Okay? So I know what it's like to lose everyone. And not really have even a pot to piss in, for that matter. I know what it feels like. It's rough. But I'll tell you right now, it's teaching you something. It's teaching you how fucking resilient you are. So stand up for yourself. And prove to them that you're not a liar. Okay? And if they don't want to listen, there's a way around it. But I need to know your story in order to help you. And I need you to be outright and honest with me. And I'm not telling you that you're lying to me or you're being deceptive, because that's not the case. I know you're going to tell me the truth. Because if you tell me the truth, I can help you with that. Okay? You're going to get through this, and you're going to rise above it, and you're going to leave these stupid assholes in the dust where they belong. Come hell or high water, it's going to happen. All right, Pisces, what do we got going on for you? I got sidetracked. What did I start with, and what did I do? Did I do the vibe yet? I think I just did the angel for you. Did I do just the angel? Yeah, give the gift of your presence. So I did the angel card. No, I haven't done the vibe yet, I don't think. All right, Pisces. Let's get it. All right, Pisces. There's something here where you don't want to cut ties, or somebody doesn't want to cut ties with you. You might be feeling hopeless. But, you know, there is still possibilities. You need to start following your dreams and make up your mind. You might be in a whole bunch of emotions right now, trying to be gentle and nurture yourself. But you're feeling rushed, I feel. There's some sort of rushed energy here. You're having to really focus in on your priorities. You're having to, maybe you got a lot of pressure on your head right now, on your shoulders. You're definitely learning lessons, Pisces. There's definitely something there. But Spirit's saying that you need to take a new look at something. You got to take a different perspective. All right, Pisces, what's your blessed message from the voice of souls. Well, you're dealing with some karma. Interesting. Message to pass on. There's no message from Spirit. It's silent. What do we got? Oh, somebody on the other side, they don't forgive you. They're not going to forgive you for doing what you did, is what I'm hearing. But you were guiding them to love themselves, and they didn't want to do that. This isn't your issue. This isn't your problem, Pisces. Somebody didn't want to love themselves, that's not your issue. That's their own issue. And I think you need to forgive that. Maybe you're having a hard time forgiving yourself for doing what you did. Message of warning, spiritual message. So, what's the deal with that? What is the deal with that? Spirit's saying, learn the lesson. Receive the blessing. There's something that you're trying to, that you need to learn from this situation, whatever you're dealing with. And you're failing to see the message by the looks of it. I think you might be getting emotions in the way. You're allowing the emotions to get to you. Yeah, it's getting you out of your comfort zone. You might have been in a hermit mode for a little while. You could be dealing with the Virgo. But Spirit's saying you need to move and look towards the future. Stop renumerating about the past. And stick up for yourself. Right off the top. Let's go. You faced injustice somehow, some way along the line. But you need to move forward with love and respect, and you might be overthinking something. Maybe there's some sort of success that you're not celebrating. And the Queen of Shells here is saying that you need to really nurture yourself. Nurture your heart space. It's very crucial that you nurture your heart space. It's very worth the time to reflect. Okay? It's extremely substantial for your healing to find peace and compassion within yourself, as well as for other people. Okay? This will bring success to you. And I think the whole idea of you overthinking your success, you know, it's almost kind of giving me a feeling like you're outshining people. And people don't like it. People are threatened by the fact that you're outshining people. But that's not your problem. I'm getting a feeling that you're very talented in what you do. And you're allowing your heart to move you through your experience. And I think this is a good way to go about it. This brings out your charm. It allows you to live out your passion. Okay? And for some people, that's an injustice. Some people don't like the fact that you're shining more than they are. It's like you're outshining them. And you're outthinking them. It's almost kind of giving me a feeling, oh, you're too bright, you're too bright. Somebody's trying to get you to dim your brightness. And the fact that somebody wants to dim you down and maybe discredit you, no. Don't accept that. It's definitely not something that you need to be focusing on. Okay? You need to continue to shine. Continue being the beautiful, passionate human being that you are. And if somebody wants to control you or dim you down, don't let that be a factor in your life, because you're focusing on what matters to you. Okay? We love you too, Ryan. The question is, do you love you? And if you don't, you need to start. Let's get the message from the karmic chicken for you. What's going on with my Pisces? Karmic chicken. Alright, let's see. What do we got? What do we got for my Pisces? The karmic chicken. Reverse magnet, divine protection. So you're being divinely protected right now, Pisces. You might be dealing with the passed on karmic energy too. Passed on karmic, thought that they were ending it, would remove accountability, purgatory bound. 10 toes down, 30 steps left, not my circus, not my monkeys. I think you got enthralled within this drama, is what is the big issue here. Okay? I think that's the big issue. You're being divinely protected. And I think the fact that this energy is no longer in your position, or I don't know why I said possession. I wanted to say possession. But apparently there's somebody living rent-free in your head. Some sort of donut eater. Somebody likes to sugarcoat things. Somebody's misunderstanding you on purpose as well. I don't know, Pisces. You're dealing with quite the heap of you're dealing with quite the heap of trouble. Quite the heap of shit, shall we say. What do we got for Dragon card for you? Just pace yourself. Continue shining your light. Good things are about to happen for you. Okay. Source Dragon attunes you to the infinite. Be still in the silence. Again. Magic can happen, so be in the moment. And be open to it. Air Dragon helps you rise above earthly matters, communicate honestly, brings inspiration and hope. See life from a higher perspective. Golden Christed Dragon brings you to a higher love so that you embody the Christ light. Absorb the Christ light. Pardon me. You are protected. Expand your heart and remain fifth dimensional. This is what I'm saying, Pisces. You gotta keep shining your light. Don't allow people to dim you out. Okay? Don't allow situations to dim you, because it's not worth it. Okay? Hey, Michael. Welcome in, boss. Welcome in, Whispers. Hey Danu, how about you check out my description box first? Thanks. No, you didn't miss Virgo. Virgo's actually coming up next. So, you're right on time. All right, Virgo. Angels, what's Virgo's card? What does Virgo need to know? What message do you have for my Virgos? An angel card all the way from the middle of the deck. What's the Virgo card for this evening? What's the best blessed message for my Virgos? No, I didn't glitch out. That's my very dumb attempt at being a beatbox. Anyway, Azrael has a message for you. Healing will come from this. This is a time of change and transition. You may feel your current situation is out of your control, but Azrael's angelic energy is here to bring you hope and strength. Healing is happening. Trust in yourself and in your prayers, for the worst is almost over, and you'll have good experiences once more. Your activation? Thank you, Azrael, for guiding me to the healing within this time of change. Okay? Well, what's your Virgo vibe? What's the vibe for Virgo? Okay, it's enough. So Virgo, you might be feeling a little bit stagnant, but hopeful. But you're taking time out to heal, which is important, which I'm very proud of you for. But you might be feeling like you're running out of time for something. You're really not. Okay, you're healing from bad decisions, maybe continuous cycles, maybe addictions. I'm getting a little bit of alcohol or substance. You might be cutting back on it a little bit. There's definitely hope here. You're feeling inspired. You're feeling optimistic. There's definitely success coming for you here. But I think it just takes a little bit more introspection, self-care, meditation might do you some good. You might be feeling like you're too busy. You've got too much on your plate. So find out that plate of food and find out what you're going to eat and what you're not. Okay, maybe it's time to take some irons out of the fire. Maybe it's time to release some of the pressure that you're dealing with. Either way, you're on the right track. You're on time. You don't have to rush this. Okay, things will work out in time. You just have to give yourself the ability to do so, right? And pace yourself. Everything doesn't have to be done in this exact moment. You can space it out and you can do a little bit at a time. Okay, I'm almost like it's coming into springtime. You could very well be wanting to do art, yard work, or whatever the case may be if you have a house, or you might have some other projects that you're working on that you'd like to work on. Pace yourself. Take a little bit of time for this, take a little bit of time for that, take a little bit of time for that, whatever your priorities are. But you taking that time to heal will create a more strengthened, more grounded, more um, solid situation for you. And I think that's taking the time out to deal with that and to heal is crucial to this whole stagnant energy. All right, I'm feeling stuck and at a dead end. Right, you're not at a dead end. It's just beginning. Right, but you very well could be. You might be not wanting to gamble anymore with certain parts of your life. Maybe you've been gambling. Maybe you've been dealing with some sort of I'm also getting burning the wick at both ends kind of situation. Okay? So regardless of the situation, take that time out for your self-care because it's going to matter. Okay? The introspection, the meditation, bringing yourself back to Zen, your courageous healing, it all matters. Okay? And I have a feeling things are going to get better for you anyway, as the angel card said. So allow yourself to step into that. Okay? And you're right on time. You're right where you need to be. For the moment, you're right where you need to be. Find the blessing in it. With whatever, wherever, however you're going about it, find the blessing. Because there's something there that you need to celebrate. And I've spoken about this on multiple different lives prior to this. Sometimes we are so adamant about completing projects and, accomplishing something that we're not focused on all of our accomplishments up to this point. And we're not taking the time out to even celebrate it. Do you realize that celebrating these accomplishments actually helps you to raise your vibration? It actually helps you to step into your next season a little bit more easily. But if you're not going to celebrate all that you've dealt with and all that you've accomplished, what's the point? What's the point of accomplishing this big, huge list and putting yourself under pressure when you're not even celebrating it? That's a you thing. And you should feel worthy enough to celebrate your accomplishments. Right? So take that into consideration. Alright. What do we got for my Virgos? Virgos. Alright. What do we got? We got, yeah, you're not dealing with your inner child. Right? And you're in a burden of tears about it. There's something about abandonment I'm getting. That you weren't being heard as a child. Like heard as in you would speak up and you were devalued. And all you were doing is asking for help. And you never got the help you needed. You were just meant to just shut it down and just not deal with it. Do you realize that that younger you within yourself is screaming at you, wanting you to spend some time with him or her? Part of your spirit is saying you need to be a kid again. You need to, I don't care how old you are. You're like, oh, come on, Aiden, I'm like in my 40s, I'm in my 50s. How do you expect me to be a kid again? I've grown up. It's too late. No, it's never too late. It's never too late to celebrate your life. It's never too late to have fun. It's never too late to be in a position where you can actually help yourself. And again, if this is the case, you're dealing with a lot of shit right now with the burden of tears. And maybe you don't have any children. Maybe the fact that you don't have any children really kind of hurts. Maybe you didn't get a chance to have children. Maybe you can't have children. Did you ever think it was because you weren't able to be a kid and you've kind of shunned your inner child? And just as much as everybody else abandoned you as a child, now you're abandoning yourself? Take a step back for a second and see the life that you've had. I think some of it, you've had a lot, you've had a lot to deal with. Okay? You've had a lot to deal with, you've had a lot on your plate, and you've had no choice but to grow up. But I get a feeling that things have kind of calmed down now, and now you're just kind of sitting in the pile of it, wondering what to do. And this is why you're in this burden of tears. Maybe now is a good time to nurture your inner child. I got the notification, Ryan. Thank you so much. I will reach out after the live, okay? Providing I'm not dead tired, because it's going to be a long night. But I will reach out. At least by tomorrow afternoon, I will be reaching out. But if you want to message me and give me the lowdown of the story, you're more than welcome to. I will get back to you with a reply. But yeah, Virgo, you just need to maybe hang out with your inner child. There's quite a few inner child meditations that you can do to help you kind of get back into that notion of, right, getting back in more of a relationship and a balance and showing up for you for a change. Like think back when you were a kid, different things that you wanted to do with your life, different things, different passions, different ideas, different creative situations that you're like, no, you're not allowed. No, we don't have the money for that. No, this or that, whatever the case may be. What was it as a child that you got shunned for? What was it as a younger child that you weren't able to speak up for? You can sit there as an adult now and acknowledge and confirm and show up for and show compassion to that younger child within yourself. The one thing I realized after all this time searching for someone to help me, I was the help. Okay? I was the help that I was searching for. And this is where my courageous healing comes from. Because who wants to sit there on a waiting list to talk to a therapist or a doctor or whatever else? You become your own doctor. You become your own hero. You become your own teacher. You become your own student. You become your own warrior. Because when you have nobody else, it's just you and the divine. Like really. It's just you and the divine. But you still have an option and an opportunity to live and celebrate your wins, to celebrate your accomplishments. Now, I'm not saying being in this burden of tears is a good thing or a bad thing. It's good to cry it out. It's good to release. So if you're feeling emotional right now, Virgo, and you need to release, cry. Cry. Don't hold back. Because there's clearly a reason why you're feeling emotional, and Spirit has something in store for you. And this is why things are bubbling up to the surface and smacking you in the face, trying to wake you up. Okay? So allow this burden of tears, transmute that from a sad situation into an abundant release. Okay? crying is a good way to transmute anger. So if you have a lot of anger and frustrations and rage within you, crying is a great way to do it. Like, go to the store, pick yourself up a watermelon, and literally pulverize the damn thing. Yeah, it's going to make a mess, but it's a mess that you can easily clean up, right? I wouldn't eat the watermelon after that because you're inserting rage into the watermelon, right? If you have some old dishes that you don't want anymore, go take them out to the garage and smash them. Just be careful. You don't want to be wearing pants. You know, you want to be wearing protective gear when you do it. So be safe about it. But, you know, do some sort of something that you feel would be good therapy for you. Okay? There's always a way of expressing yourself. There's always a way of releasing the anger and the rage. You know? Because sometimes we just want to be mad. You know? Sometimes we have hate within our hearts. And hate can very well be used in a transformational way, right? Considering hate is a good way to release your ex, okay? Because if you've got them in the back of your head and they live rent-free in your head, there's definitely something there, okay? And this is all channeled message here. Let's get into the tarot and get you a quick message here. Come on. Let's work it out. Virgo. Aw, thank you, Dead Fighter. ASMR on what? I might think about reading books. I might think about doing that, but I want to write a book, but I want to get settled first. I've got a whole list of different things I want to do, and you know, I got a book, I've got a movie, I've got a series actually, but I don't have the time and the space and the ability to do that. So at this moment, I'm waiting on it. Baby steps, right? All right, Virgo. What's your best blessed message from the tarot? Ace of Crystals, Three of Feathers, Three of Shells, Knight of Crystals, and the Five of Crystals reversed. Alright, so there's definitely some sort of manifestation coming for you, coming to you, and this is going to help you to release a particular betrayal that you've been dealing with, Virgo. You're going to be celebrating. You know, you're going through a recovery period. You're gaining your strength again. And there's definitely a new tribe, a new, I get a new tribe or a new group of people that you might be meeting up with. Now, there's a particular situation here where there might be someone coming in to ask you for help. It could be with some sort of, I don't know, it's kind of feeling like you don't think you're enough. You don't think you have what it takes to stand at a position of significance, which I know Virgos, I know everything's got to be perfect, everything's got to be in a position of, you know, of perfection, but you just need to let that go officially, okay? You need to find your self-worth because you're feeling like you've been left out. You're feeling like you're left out in the cold, or that you don't have any value, or that there's no any new possibilities. And you're just kind of sitting there like, meh, what else is new? You know, the same old, same old, same old. And it's kind of got you sitting in a funk, but you have a lot to celebrate. Despite it all, you have a lot to be grateful for. Despite it all. And again, it's coming back to that whole idea of celebrating your accomplishments. Like, what the hell? You've been through the Boer War and back. Maybe you've been through hell and back. I don't know. Maybe you got the bumper sticker, and maybe you got a t-shirt. Whatever the situation is you've been through enough. You've been through a lot. You've got a lot of wise energy and a lot of wise wisdom. And you need to celebrate what you've learned over the years. Okay? You need to take into consideration what you've learned and what you've been through. Okay? And despite it all, you're still rocking. You're still, you know, you still continue to move. But the ability to think that you don't have what it takes, you need to realize who the hell you are and the impact that you make in the world. Okay? And Spirit's telling me you bring a lot of smiles to a lot of different faces. So you're worth it. Right? And the fact you got this Ace of Crystals here, you got a new job, you got a new house, you got a new bag of money, you got something happening. There's definitely something coming in for you, a new offer of some sort. But there very well could be a time of release and recovery that is needed. And then there's going to be celebration. Right? But this is about finding self-worth after a time of feeling that you weren't adequate enough, or that you didn't have what it takes. Right? So you really kind of take a step back and really understand what you've been through and why you're feeling this way. Because a lot of this stress and pain is somebody else's mouth flipping off. Okay? Has nothing to do with you. Has everything to do with their judgment on you. And it has nothing to do with you. It's none of your business. Right? So come out of the cold to yourself. Show up for you. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to have beautiful things in your life. And it's about time you go get them. All right, Karmic Chicken, what do we got for Virgo? I'm going to pick it up right off the top. Oh, look at that. We got Virgo popping out with the Virgo. You're dealing with a karmic masculine, karmic feminine energy. It's almost like you need a vacation to recuperate from a vacation that you just went on, that you just maybe got back from. It kind of gone south. I don't know. But we got Virgo here. Karmic masculine or karmic feminine. You could be being a little too picky though. And you're dealing with toxic traits due to a toxic family. So you might have toxic family members that you're dealing with. Maybe they're being extremely overly picky with who you are, or what you maybe what you represent, or maybe you're the picky one, maybe they're the picky one. Whatever the thing is, flip it to where it needs to be. But either way, you need to take a fucking chill pill, really. Right? Because a lot of this, what you might have expected on this holiday, wasn't what you thought it was going to be. Right? But that's not your fault. Really. I think it had to do with your situation and your surroundings. Let me get 3 cards for the dragons, for my Virgos. Right off the top, off the bottom, and out of the middle. What do we got? We got Fire and Water Dragon. Enables your life to flow with loving force. Prepare for change and to move forward quickly. Expect the unexpected and have some fun, Virgo. We got the Blue Dragon from the Pleiades. Prepares you to accept source healing. So you're going through a healing period. okay? And you just got to pace yourself. The golden Atlantean dragon helps you remember the wisdom of the golden Atlantis. Awaken, bring back your knowledge, gifts, and talents, and reclaim your mastery. You're a master at something, Virgo. With all your perfectionism and all your high pressure, this has got to be done like this has got to be done perfectly, da 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 da, everything's got to be perfect in its place and in its... You're good at something, whether it be cleaning is a big thing for Virgos. They love to clean. They love to organize. They love to keep things just in its spot. So maybe you need to do some cleanup. Maybe you've been slacking. Maybe that's what's really got your energy. There's no feng shui happening. Maybe there's something that needs to happen that way or whatever. Work it out. Get back into something that you're passionate about. Okay? All right, Virgo. That's enough for you. All right. Let's go with Leo. Leo, we're halfway through, I think. I believe. If my brain... Yeah, we're about halfway through. What's the message for Leo, angels? All right. Right off the top. Okay. Faith, cloak of protection, Leo. You are protected. The worst is behind you, and you are ready to move beyond the challenges that you have been facing. You are safe now. Let go of the old and stop waiting for history to repeat itself. For you are in a new time in which you can create your own story and begin living it. If you feel you are stepping into the unknown, know that your angel is holding your hand, leading you on. Activation, I am safe and protected by angels. Okay? So that is your angel card there, Leo. What do we got for the vibe for Leo? What's the overall vibe for Leo? What's the overall vibe for Leo, Spirit? Oof. What's the overall vibe for Leo? That's too many, but I'll read them. What do we got? You're coming out of a time of hopelessness and loss. Something to do with family. You might be having some greedy family members that are like inept with emotion. Like they're very dry, they're very emotionally unavailable. They're very greedy individuals. It's definitely not a laughing matter. And you're needing to nurture yourself. You're dealing with some confirmation. I think you kind of went speechless, to be honest. You're kind of in your feelings. You're kind of getting the silent treatment. Maybe you're being left out or feeling that way. Maybe you're holding your emotions in. You're trying not to worry. You're trying to drop the fear, and you're trying to nurture yourself. But it seems like it's hopeless. I feel that you're coming out of that energy now. All right. I'm also getting that you're actually finding out who your real family is. Like, your family isn't your family. Your family is somebody else or some other people. I'm also getting like you're walking away from actual family and you're moving towards your soul family kind of situation. You're releasing the greedy bastards out of your life. Let's put it that way. Um, but yeah, you're dealing with some people that are trying to compete with you, that are very resentful, they're very discontented, maybe competitive. There's definitely some envy going on. Somewhere along the line, you could be envious of someone, whatever the case may be. As much as you are a Leo and the world, everybody, all the planets revolve around you, you have to understand you are a part of a bigger galaxy. Even though you are the center of your solar system, okay, you are a part of a bigger galaxy. There is a bigger sun than you, right? You kind of have to stay humble in the grand scheme of things when you're looking at it, okay? So consider that, stay humble. There's always going to be someone bigger than you and smaller than you. And you should kind of treat them both with the same respect. You can tell a lot about a person of how they react to people that they need nothing from. Um, Somebody wants to reunite with you and you're not having it. You got no spoons left for them. That's the kind of feeling I'm getting. Voice of Souls, what's the best blessed message for my Leos? I don't know, there's something here that you're not wanting to take accountability for. Spirit's trying to warn you. Yeah, you're gonna need to submit. This is not something you do, Leo. You do not submit. Okay? And you're gonna have to submit to something. Right? And it's like you're not taking accountability. Because we got the it's not me on its side. Right? So you don't know whether it's you or whether it's not. You don't want to even look at it. You're just kind of leaving it as is. And Spirit's got a warning for you. This is definitely something that you need to submit to. You need to submit to the accountability of whatever you're dealing with here. You know, the world does not revolve around you as much as you want it to. As much as it seems like you want it to. Again, there's always a bigger world. There's always a bigger sun that you got to worry about. Be humble. Stay humble. Tarot, what do we got for my Leos? What do we got for my Leos? Right off the top. We got the Nine of Crystals. So you're trying to find your independence. You're no longer up in your head about something. Somebody's having a hard time showing you compassion, or you're having a hard time showing compassion. You're having a hard time finding inspiration. Moving forward with your heart. You very well could be dealing with a third party. You might have been very honorable. You might have been very loyal to someone, as Leos usually are. They're very loyal. Sorry. You could very well be a third party in a third party situation, and maybe you're not wanting to do that anymore. Maybe you're wanting to remove yourself from a third party situation. Either way, there's definitely some sort of intuition and sacred knowledge that you need to hold on to, or that you need to take heed of. because there very well could be some sort of third-party situation. If you're thinking that your loyalty is being tested, it probably is. Okay. Um, Leos tend to be um, Leos tend to be very loyal individuals, but yeah, they're definitely not somebody to mess with. Okay, definitely not an energy to mess with. And if people are messing with you and playing with your head, you're one to cut that right off. And I don't blame you to some degrees, depending on the intention. But if you started it, that's a different story, right? And this is about you taking accountability for that. Right? So sometimes admitting that you were wrong and apologizing, it might throw them for a loop because they're probably not used to it. They might think you're on crack or something because Leos tend to not apologize. They don't take accountability for shit. So maybe it's time to switch it up. Do something a little different. Because doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, you're going to get the same result. Right? So, what's the karmic chicken got to say? Okay. Something about Mr. or Mrs. Destructo, supervillain. So you might be trying to not take accountability that you're trying to destroy something or someone. Now again, this could very well be cross-watching. So you could be cross-watching for a Leo. You might have a Leo trying to destroy you. Or you could have somebody in your life that's trying to destroy you. Okay, so throw it how it belongs. The shenanigans this way comes, they're gonna try it. Yeah. Flipping tables and stomping fables. So you're putting your foot down. Shenanigans this way. Shenanigans this way. This way it comes. They're gonna try it. Flipping tables, stomping fables, and somebody wants to heal something maybe because this is kind of in the reverse. So somebody might want to come in and heal something. I don't know. Is there anything else? The more you take to postpone your healing, the more time they be stealing. So if you're avoiding your healing, yeah, the more you feel, the more you heal. Take time to transmute the pain inside you. Drunk as a skunk masking their feelings with alcohol. So if you're masking your feelings with alcohol, it's time to chill. You're trying to compete with somebody where you don't even compare. So stop it. Leo, you're talented at some things and you're not at others. Just face the value of who you are and focus on what you can do rather than what you can't. Okay? Peanut gallery, gossip king or gossip queen. If you're throwing around lies and deception about somebody, I'd advise you not to because it's going to come back to bite you, whether you like it or not. So be careful. Tread lightly. Just because you're a Leo doesn't mean fuck all. And this is where your ego gets into place. So check yourself before you wreck yourself, my friend. Yeah. You're not the gem that you think you are. You need to humble yourself. Right? The warrior in reverse. This is a tyrant. Okay? Stop being the tyrant. Okay? There's definitely some sort of hunting going on. Maybe you're hunting someone. What's the dragon card for you guys? Crystal yellow dragon. Opens you to a higher learning and wisdom. Expand your crown chakra for illumination and walk the higher spiritual path. Be the bigger person. Golden Christed dragon brings you to a higher love so that you embody the Christ light. Absorb the Christ light. You are protected. Expand your heart and remain fifth dimensional. I'm not going to read all those. I'll take one. I'm not even going to look at which one. And we got the gold and silver violet flame dragon. Transmutes the old around you with wisdom and grace. It's time for transformation, magic, and healing. Offer service under grace. Yeah. Offer service under grace. Step into what you can do and don't worry about what you can't. Okay, leave that for somebody else. You don't have to be the everythingist. Okay? I'm kind of getting a feeling like you got way too many irons in the fire and you're having a hard time. And usually you're good with pressure, but I think there's a time and a place for everything. And I think you got to pick your battles at this point. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. You don't need to burn yourself out and embarrass the shit out of yourself. You deserve better. You deserve to be triumphant. You deserve to be successful. So, be that. Okay? Alright, Libra. I think I'm going to go for a cigarette first. Gonna have a cigarette. I'll jump into the chat because I'm focusing more or less on the reading. Of course, it's always going to be tangled. Let's do this. All right, Leah. Welcome in, Trudy. Hey, Sheila. Yeah. Up until a little while ago, we had a little blanket and a pillow with that background. If you've been over to the Wolfie's Armor Room when it was available, you would have been able to purchase a blanket with this. Another one. Whole bedspread with this one. It's either that one or this one. And then there was a t-shirt with that on it. A whole bunch of different possibilities. Smoking in the boys' room right now. Smoking in the boys' room. Smoking in the boys' room. Yeah, that would be cool, eh? Ryan, eventually I want you to take some time out and watch yesterday's live. And make sure you go in the live chat as well. Make sure you access the live chat and you watch as the chat goes. I'm surprised Little B isn't here tonight. We had almost the whole crew there last night. But I have a feeling Little B, her power's out, so she might be, hopefully she's okay. This one. Where is it? There's this one. We had a shirt with this on it too. And then there's this one with the full moon in Leo. And then there's that one. And then there's that one. That one was made into a shirt and a dress for my ladies. And I figured that makes for a nice sundress. Pun intended. That's okay, Ryan. I understand. It's all good, buddy. I wish this stupid tariff war would just stop and just shut right up. I was swindled into some false advertising with a particular outfit or app or program or whatever that I had my store set up with. Because they were supposed to take tax off, which they did. And they took the taxes to give to the government, which I'm fine with. That's what I wanted. And then they did away with it. And they put it to where they were removing any responsibility for the removal of tax. And I want them to take the tax. That way I don't have to worry about that. I can just focus on my customers. I can focus on my content. I can, but no. They wanted to remove all responsibility from that. So I said, fine, you just lost yourself a store because of it. It is what it is. So. You're going through ascension symptoms, Whisper. You're feeling the remnants of the eclipse, I think. There's some pretty amazing pictures of that solar eclipse, too. I was quite impressed. I'm going to top up my coffee. No, you've elevated from that, Whispers. Don't worry. This is something better. The ascensions are getting a little bit more powerful, but they're definitely going to be, like I said, there's definitely some integration to healing, and we're being pushed into healing. And this is what I've been saying for the last year, if not longer. It's better for you to integrate and to step into your healing on your own rather than being pushed into it. And now we're all being pushed into it. And the people that didn't heal and the people that didn't instigate it on their own are being pushed into it. Okay? So this is why I've been stating for the last year to have courageous healing. And I'm here and I'm available to help you through it, help you unpack it. But, if you build it, they will come. So I built it and nobody's showing up. And this is outside of my lives. Okay? So. If you guys need help, I'm here. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Just saying. Okay, is it going to actually let me show a card or not? No, it's not. Okay. It doesn't recognize. That's why I don't have the background on. I have to turn it off. Okay, Leos. No, Libras. Libra. All right, Libra. What is your angel card? Let's see. I'm going to have to quicken up a little bit here, too. Because I want to be off here in about at least 45 minutes. I don't want to go any longer than 12:30. And it's 11:26 right now. So, got to speed it up a little bit. I appreciate you too, Ryan. Stay strong, buddy. Things are going to work out. All right, Libra. What is your angel card? Right from the middle. What do we got? The Miriam. Healing the heart. This is a sacred time of healing in order for you to feel whole once more. It's essential for you to reclaim all the lost parts of yourself. Call back all the aspects of yourself, all the gifts and talents that you have been forced to hide or repress. By unleashing these tender aspects of your deeper self, you allow your heart to rebuild and strengthen. Your activation, I reclaim myself and my story. I'm ready for wholeness. Okay? What's Libra's vibe? What is Libra's vibe? I'm going to pick the first 5 cards on the top and go with it. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So you might be hiding something, you might be concealing or being deceptive. You might not be nurturing all that much. You might be coming out of a time of feeling like a failure. And you need to do some self-reflection and introspection. You need to start asking yourself the important questions in order to get through. All right? Now, you're not exactly being cautious. You're not insecure anymore. You're kind of in a secured kind of energy now, but you're not so guarded, right? You kind of dropped your boundaries, and you're coming out of a time of being broken and dealing with failures and nightmares. So you're trying to, step into what matters, I think, is what this is. You're trying to find balance. But you're not being very nurturing to yourself and to your heart space. And that needs to change. Okay? You need to be more gentle about your situation. Stop being so hard on yourself. Okay? Maybe you're hiding your feelings. Maybe you're deceiving the people around you with the fact that you're trying to hold all your emotions in and you're not releasing them. Okay? If you're going to bottle it all up, expect it to explode. Okay? Specifically, if you're not healing, you're bound to have a situation happen. And I wouldn't recommend bottling up your feelings. It's not worth it. All right, Libra. What do we got for you? Yeah, you're feeling trapped right now. You're not helping yourself. And you're not listening to the guidance from your intuition or your spirit guides. You're tuning them out. And that's nobody's fault but yours. It's about taking accountability for your own actions. Yeah, you're not calm at all. There's definitely some shit going on. Spirit is not loving the fact that you're not taking the guidance, because you have guides there wanting to speak with you, that you have guides there wanting to help you through this, and you're not listening. You've got nobody to blame but yourself at this point. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. What's the tarot got to say? For my Libras. So we got the King of Shells in the reverse, so you're not guarding your heart. I'm kind of getting a feeling like your heart is you've been trampling on your heart. You've been very difficult to express your feelings, express how you feel inside, it's like you got it all bottled up and you're not doing anything about it, but you're headed for a transformation. And I'm kind of getting a dark night of the soul with you. Okay? And you're about to snap at this point. You need to take stock of the options of what you have, and see what you've done, see where you've gone, see where you're going. Okay? And at this point, you're dealing with your emotions, and I'll tell you, they're going to bottle up, they're going to bubble up, and you're going to have to deal with it, whether you like it or not. Okay? There's certain things that you need to deal with in order to step forward. And if you don't want to deal with it, then that's nobody's fault, again, but your own. And just as I was saying earlier, you can either instigate and collaborate with your healing, or you're going to be pushed into it. And this is where the dark night of the soul, I feel, is coming for you. Okay? Be gentle on yourself and allow yourself to go through the healing process. Because then you're going to feel a lot lighter afterwards, and you're not going to have to worry about a lot of the drama and the bullshit. Okay? Karmic chicken, what do we got for my Libras? What do we got for my Libras? Yeah, fructose intolerant, the inability to tolerate other people's bullshit. Yeah, you're ready to snap. Karmic grapefruit, bitter as fuck. Yeah, I bet. I bet. I would say that you're the wrong one to mess with, but you don't even mess with yourself. So what do you expect? Really? If you're not willing to deal with yourself, why do you expect other people to deal with you? That's my big question. If you're not willing to deal with what's at hand with you, and you want to stay in this bitter energy, how do you expect people to treat you? When you're showing up in a bitter position, and you expect people to be compassionate to you, and you're bitter as fuck, you can't expect much. You got to come at it with more of a compassionate situation. Right? You can't let the bitterness eat away at you. Right? Because it'll get to the point where nobody will want to even talk to you. And it's nobody's fault but your own, because you're not willing to heal. You're willing to just bottle it up and stick it on a shelf. Like, come on. It makes no sense to bottle it up when you're not going to deal with it. Is there anything else? You could be dealing with the Taurus. And Spirit very well could be trying to send you a message, and you're totally tuning it out. Okay? So, like, step into that. Stop being so sloppy. You might be going through a beautiful nightmare right now. You might be dealing with a fucking nightmare right now. But you know what? It is what it is. You're trying to prevent the whole shenanigans from happening. You know? But, you know, people are... Because of the bitterness, people are misunderstanding you on purpose. Because you're coming in with a chip on your shoulder. And all you want to do is destroy shit. You need a vacation to recoup from a vacation. You know? And you're being picky. And you could be dealing with toxic traits due to a toxic family. But deep down in your soul, you're a high priest, high priestess. You have the ability to make your life whatever the hell you want it to. And you're not allowing that to come in because you're not willing to heal it. You're not willing to balance it out and step into your power. You just want to step into anger and bitterness, and that's not the same thing. So get it together, Libra. I must just say that just the way it is. I'm not sugarcoating shit. Sorry, but not sorry. Can I get a dragon card for you? Dragon card for Libra. And again, Libras are about balance, about justice, about sticking up for the right, for the righteousness. You are usually the one that balances everything out. And when you show up in a bitter aspect, how do you expect to get any justice out of that? Sweet dreams, Ryan. Try to rest, okay? Don't be stupid, Cupid. Brighter days are coming. Hey, Ryan, before you go over to my post page, scroll down, Dermont Kennedy, Better Days. Go listen to that show. Go listen to that right now, before bed. And crank it. Okay? Because better days are coming for you. Alright, Libra. Dragons. What's the best blessed message for my Libras? Earth and Fire Dragon works with you to clear the fifth dimensional ley lines. It is time for service. When you give, you receive. Okay? What do we got? Golden Orange Dragon expands your light for ascension. Be the peaceful warrior. Help those in need. Remember your magnificence. Libra, you're meant for big things. You need to recalibrate, heal, and that way you can step into this beautiful new energy. Deep Blue Dragon keeps you safe by clearing your pathway. Like, hello. Trust that you are protected and walk on the path of light. Okay? Alright, Libras, I hope that helped you. Alright, Cancer, this is for you. What, pray tell, do the angels have to say to you? The angel in the middle. What do we got? We got Haniel. Downloads of intuition. Yeah, hello. Spirit's trying to tell you something. Right? Trust what is coming to you, for the information is absolutely a glimpse into the future. Your psychic gifts are heightened at the moment, and it's essential for you to take the time to record what is coming from within. As a reminder, nothing is set in stone, and therefore if your intentions change, you can absolutely rewrite what is to come. But you are receiving information that will serve you on your way, Cancer. Activation, I trust my intuition and psychic gifts. Okay? All right, Cancer, what do we got for you for their vibe? One, two, three, 4, 5. All right, you're feeling hopeful. You're kind of inspired. You're feeling optimistic. You're looking forward to some sort of success, right? But you're stressed the hell out. You're probably dealing with some migraines. You might be worried about something. You're kind of feeling uncontrollable. You might be having issues with authority or being disciplined. You could be dealing with a father figure. You could be a father figure and you're not feeling like you're enough, maybe. Maybe you're just hitting a brick wall of some sort. You very well could be hiding your feelings, concealing how you feel inside. Maybe you're being deceptive. I don't know. However, you're trying to remove yourself from some sort of paranoia. You might not be being so cautious. You might not be, maybe you're being more free-flowing, not so insecure, not so guarded. Again, Cancer, you need to use your intuition. Okay, you've definitely got something happening here, and you gotta stop masking. Stop trying to be something that you're not. It's very distasteful. Okay, specifically being the emotional person that you are. Stop masking. Move forward with compassion. Okay, probably the reason why you're so stressed out is because you're trying to heal. You're trying to heal, yeah? You're trying to hide your feelings. You're trying to hide what you need to maybe speak up about. Okay? But continue to be inspired. Continue to be optimistic. There is success coming. Okay? But, you're stressed the hell out. And it's because you're hiding everything. You're concealing the flow of things. Okay? That needs to change up for you. Voice of Souls, what do we got for Cancer? Yeah, you're feeling trapped. And you know what? Spirit's trapping you. I'm getting a feeling of karma coming in because you're not willing to work with the flow of things. Okay? It's like you're willing to throw it all away. You're thinking you have no regrets because you're not taking accountability. And this is why you're trapped, because you're not submitting to the message. There is a duality here. You can't have the good without the bad. It's not all about you having all the good, all the good, all the good, all the time. Right? Because the bad is what teaches us. It's what humbles us to be in alignment for the good, to be grateful. But if you're going to be stingy and not take accountability, then that's nobody's fault but your own. If you're not willing to take in the messages of love from the Spirit's not going to love you back. It's kind of like, how do I love a life that doesn't love me back? Well, you got to love yourself first. And maybe calm yourself down. Get yourself back in a better energy than what you are right now. Because I'm getting a really, really toxic, vindictive kind of energy, like you're out for blood or something. And you have nobody to blame but yourself, really. What do we got? Yeah, you're overthinking. You're overthinking when you need to focus on your stability. And you need to walk away from that what no longer serves you. Because it's pretty well killing you. It's keeping you from moving forward with your heart space. You're not moving towards your passions. Even though you're coming out of a really rough time right now, you know, you're headed into a tower. If you're not going to open up to the possibilities of taking in this intuition and taking into this message. And with your intuition heightened right now, you have every reason to listen to your guides. But if you're going to tune them out, that's nobody's fault but yours. Ultimately, you're trying to gain control of something that isn't even in your control. You're trying to grasp on something that you're supposed to just let go. Why burn your hands on the hot coals? Let it go. Let what no longer serves you, let it go. Okay? It's so much more free when you do that. And you won't feel as trapped as you do right now. Karmic chicken, what do we got for my Cancers? All right, karmic grapefruit, bitter as fuck. It's coming back out. Superficial snorkel gear, surface level, and it's in the reverse. So you're looking to get some scuba gear, but I'm not sure you know how to use it. Right? So you take your time with it. It's not a rush. Okay? But you're being picky. You're thinking that it's going to be your way or the highway, and that's not the way it is. You're dealing with toxic traits due to a toxic family. Right? Karmic chicken. So jealous of you, they'll shit all over your success, but too much of a coward to go get their own. So are you shitting on somebody else's success? Maybe you're bitter about it, that somebody's being successful, and you're having a hard time right now. It's eating you alive because you're a dark star. You very well could be a dark starseed, right? You're moving more or less into the darkness than the light. So you gotta switch it up. And again, check yourself before you wreck yourself. You can't expect much when you're in this bitter energy. Dragons, what do we got for Cancer? And Cancers, you're good at holding grudges as well. You know, you need to let go. Earth and Fire Dragon works with you to clear the fifth dimensional ley lines. It's time for service. When you give, you receive. Air and Fire Dragon expands your creative energies. Harness your creative excitement and enthusiasm and communicate your passion. Golden Atlantean Dragon helps you remember the wisdom of the Golden Atlantis. Awaken, bring back your knowledge, gifts, and talents, and reclaim your mastery. Okay? The only one that's going to bring success to you is you. If you're sitting in this bitterness, not going to happen. I guarantee you. I'll give you two more. Water Dragon helps you to float easily around obstacles. Christ light and love are flowing. Develop your psychic abilities and go with the flow. Rome wasn't built in a day. Okay? And neither was your life. Okay? I'm kind of getting a Leo energy, so you could very well have Leo in your chart. And again, it comes back to the Leo situation. You may be the representative of the sun, but the situation with this is you're not the center of the universe. You might be the center of your own solar system, but you've got other suns out there too that you got to work with. And unless you take into consideration and humble yourself, you're in for a rude awakening. Orange Gold Dragon from Arcturus opens you to knowledge of the new golden age. Carry the energy of the future and be a guiding light. Okay? It's time to get humble. Step into your power, Cancer. But this doesn't mean burn the whole fucking world down. Okay? All right, Capricorn, this is your message. What do we got for Capricorn? Capricorn. Angels, what do we got for Capricorn? Right out of the middle. What do we got? Ooh, star beings. Written in the stars. There's a great mystery unfolding at this time, and all the synchronicities and signs that you're experiencing are not coincidence. They are spirit-led experiences to let you know that you are on the right track. Trust in this. Where you are is where you need to be. Stay committed to your vision, because star beings are guiding your dreams into reality. Your activation? Thank you, star beings, for guiding my vision into reality. Okay, so you could very well be a star seed. You could represent as being a star seed, Capricorn. What's your vibe? Spirit, what is Capricorn's vibe? One, two, three, 4, and 5. You need to step into your power, Capricorn. You're dealing with a no laughing matter right now. And it's definitely something that you can't get out of. You have to deal with it. You need to have a kind of face value kind of situation. You need to see it at face value. You very well could be coming out of a separation or a divorce. Or, pardon me, that's probably what it is. I'm just yawning a confirmation. You're exhausted, you're burnt out, you're burdened, you're feeling empty. And it's mainly because maybe somebody ghosted you. And or maybe somebody's coming back from the past and they're kind of in your energy and they won't leave you alone. I don't know what the situation is with you specifically, but it's definitely not no vacation. And it's something that you can't seem to get away from. You need to work through it. You're going to have to go through this. You can't go around it. You can't go above it. You can't go under it. You got to go through it. It's the only way to get... And it's not going to be a happy time either for you. You could be dealing with an authority figure. You're having to work with a father figure or discipline, or maybe father wounds of some sort or something. But you're needing to stand in your power and call your power back. Cut all the ties that no longer serve you and step into this healing aspect of yourself, because right now it's not a happy moment for you. And you need to step into that happiness, and the only way you're going to do that is if you heal. It's the way it is. No ifs, ands, or buts. What do we got, Voice of Souls, for my Capricorns? Welcome in, Ralph. Welcome in, Gas. What do we got for my Caps? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you're not submitting to anything right now, but you're gonna have to. Okay, because there's no communication. You need to be able to communicate. Or maybe there's somebody that you're cutting off communication because you tried to communicate and there's just no communication. There's no way of getting around this communication. There's no reunion here. There's definitely not a reunion. It's not working. There's been a lot of disrespect regarding a situation here. So you might be having to stick... you might have to put your foot down, by the looks of it. Considering, because you're being disrespected, or you're showing disrespect. And this is why there's no reunion. Because there's no communication. It's like you're not willing to speak on it. You're not willing to talk. But something is going to happen soon if you don't. That's not an ultimatum. It's not a threat. It's just in the cards. So you need to maybe cut off communication to somebody. That there is not going to be a reunion with someone. Maybe they're trying to bring you down. Maybe they're disrespecting you. But you shouldn't be submitting to this energy. I'm kind of getting a fact that you are. You have been. But you need to turn that frown upside down, so to speak, and stop submitting to the situation that you're submitting to. You know, cut off communication and cut off the disrespect and make sure that there's no reunion here, because it's not going to serve you. Some people you need to let go of for good reason. If you're not willing to let go of it, you're going to continue on this rutted pathway and you're not going to get anywhere. So that's up to you. Everybody has a choice. Okay? Hey, Ralph. You're very welcome. Thank you for being here. What do we got for my Capricorns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you need to find your power. You need to step back into that. Get the fuck out of your head already. Stop overanalyzing shit. It's almost like all the dedication, everything that you've, all the progress you've made has basically gone out the window. Spirit's actually asking you to tap into your intuition. You need to tap into your creativity. You've been through a lot. You've got a lot more power within you than you realize, that you even give yourself credit for. Like, you got the Wounded Warrior card here, the 9 of Acorns, the 9 of Wands, which you've got a lot more power within you. You've sustained and you've gotten through quite a bit of shit. And you need to find courage and remember the endurance that you've entailed into your life. Okay? It's not about being self-empowered. It's not about changing your perspective, because you already know. You've already overthought it. You've already been in this place of uncertainty before. You've been through this game already. And I think this is why you're cutting off communication with particular energies. You know, it's not working for you, so you need to cut it off. Right? You got to be honest with yourself, ultimately. Right? And if you're not honest with yourself, you can't expect other people to be honest with you either. You have the power within you to do what you need to do. I feel that you are very capable, but it's up to you. All right. Karmic chicken for my Capricorns. What's going on with my Cappies? What do they need to deal with and get the hell out of? What is the situation? I'm going to take 5 off the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could be dealing with a Taurus. You're being avoidant. You're being an introvert, which is totally fine. No judgment. But if you're drunk as a skunk and you're masking your feelings with alcohol, bad idea. Specifically as a Capricorn, you don't want to do that. The more you feel, the more you heal. Take time to transmute the pain that is inside you. Okay, try to get that pain to some sort of empowerment. Transmute it. You very well could be very, very, very picky, and you have every reason to be. This is probably why you're being avoidant, and you really don't know what to do, where to go, how to get there, whatever the case may be. Maybe it's about tapping into your higher power. Okay? Maybe you need to take the bull by the horns. Maybe you just need to start believing in love again. Maybe you need to ground yourself. Get out in nature. Go for a hike. Go hug a tree or something. You know? It's like you're closed off to the world. What do you expect? If you're closed off to the world, you're not going to get much. And drinking your shit away isn't going to work. I guarantee you. I tried it. Okay? You want to be the one, you want to be the wrong one to mess with, but you're a fucking basket case at this point. Nobody wants to talk to you to begin with. You know? Stop being so surface level. Dig deep into your healing. Courageous healing, my friend. Things are going to work out way better if you humble yourself. Dragons, what do we got? What do we got for my Cappies? Capricornies. We got the Kuan Yin's pink dragon. We got the alpha dragon. Take the one off the top. Air and fire dragon. Kuan Yin's pink dragon brings firm love and resets all your karmic balances. Yeah, you're in for it. See all your cords dissolved and transcendent love. By transcendent love, enjoy your freedom. Look for the divine around you. And also, the divine is within you. Once you remember that and empower yourself, things are going to work out a lot better for you. Alpha Dragon harnesses the divine masculine power of creation. Whether you're a man or a woman, we all have a masculine and feminine within us. Okay? And the better that you balance those two out, is the better things are going to get for you. Okay? And this card is telling you to tap into your masculine and stick up for yourself. Destroy the old, visualize your dream, and help to manifest a new world. It's time. And probably because you're holding on to all this bitterness, it's because you're not stepping into your destiny. You're focused more or less on what's happening right now in the world, and you're not focusing on you for a change. Turn the fucking TV off. Air and Fire Dragon expands your creative energies. Harness your creativity, excitement, and enthusiasm, and communicate your passions. Okay? So allow this energy to help mold you into a new way of going about things, maybe a new perspective. Take a step back. Take yourself out of the situation and the equation and look at it from a third point, kind of a third position, like a bird's eye view. See it from everybody's perspective. So that way you can get the full gist of what you're dealing with. Okay? I hope that helps. All right, Sag. This is your message. Can I get an angel card for my Sagittarians? Or my Sagittarists? Whichever column you fall into. I love me some Hood Witch Tarot, so if you haven't checked her out yet, go check her out. She's here on YouTube, she's on Facebook. She's a pretty rad high priestess. She's definitely pretty rad with her readings. She's the first one I heard with the whole Sagittarius. She kind of gave me that whole thing here. Violet Flame, surrender and release the past. You have faced darkness head on, and now you are moving into a state of love. All the previous traumas, dramas, and limitations are being cleared from your energy. Stay focused on knowing that you wouldn't be who you are today if it hadn't surmounted if you hadn't surmounted the challenges that you have experienced. In order to heal fully, let your love reach where it has never reached before. Your activation: I am purified by the violet flame. All right, vibe. What's going on with my Sagittarius? My Sagittarians. Most Sagittarians that I know of, they're absolutely gorgeous. They're absolutely gorgeous. Man, women, whatever, it doesn't matter. Any Sagittarius I meet, they tend to be just a schmitten. What do we got going on for the vibe for Sagittarians? One, two, three, four, five. Ooh, really? Are you going through some legal battles? Are you dealing with lawyers, court, and paperwork? Are you feeling a little salty, maybe bitterness? Maybe you're feeling a little angry and petty? You're inspired, maybe by anger. You're not really in the now moment. You're not in a very good vibe. You're not living in the moment. You're not living in the now. You're kind of feeling lustful, a little bit greedy. By any means necessary, you might be being a little bit inconsiderate. I'm just reading the cards. It's the way it seems. You need to, get out in nature and ground yourself. Take down this bitterness and anger and pettiness. Specifically, because it's not going to help you in court if that's what you're dealing with. I get a feeling you might have been deceived. You might have been lied to by someone. I'm also getting you might be taking the fall for something that's not even your responsibility. Has nothing to do with you. That's not for everybody. But it's taking away your good vibe. It's taking away your good energy. And it's kind of giving me a feeling like you've been diminished. You've been discarded. You've been... maybe it's because of this lustful energy. Maybe you've been a little bit greedy. Maybe you need to give back a little bit more rather than take. Again, flip it to where you need. Maybe you're dealing with a Sagittarius and they're being greedy. I don't know. But I'm not saying that for all my Saggies, okay? Some of you are rather hopeful, you're inspired, you're optimistic, you're focused on your success, which is good. Okay? I see this legal situation moving in your favor. I'm also getting that you need to speak up about something too. You need to be honest with this situation. Like, it's almost giving me that you're salty. It's kind of giving me blackmail. Like somebody's being greedy with you. By any means necessary. They're being very inconsiderate. They're not taking your feelings into account. And I think that's why you're so bitter. And you're so angry. But it's kind of like you got sucked into something that it's not even having to do with you. And it's like a third party kind of group effort kind of situation that you're dealing with. But you need to be honest. Don't be getting caught on the stand lying or being deceptive. If there's something that you need to say on the stand, say what you need to say on the stand. Okay? I think you need to be more focused with compassion, because this lustful energy isn't very nice. It's not very good at all. You need to hold compassion for all parties. And something tells me that that's very hard for you to do due to the situation. And I'm almost getting blackmail. Like you're being blackmailed to say something or do something or be something that you're really not wanting to be. Like, really, you don't even want to even have to deal with what's going on with this feeling that I'm getting. So, I don't know. I'm kind of getting that this is going to cost you... What? This... Okay. By you possibly being greedy and inconsiderate by any means necessary, and not being in the moment and not following through with good vibes, this might cost you your freedom, right? And a part of it is because you're salty and bitter and angry right now. Maybe you're bitter and angry about this legal paperwork. I don't know. Let's see. We'll read into it and see what happens. What's going on with my Sagittarians? Hey, 4 a.m., how's it going? Yeah, I can't make this up. This might be the end of your freedom if you lie. And they're trying to get you to look at it from a point of view that it's not the point of view. They're trying to get you to lie. You don't have to look at this any other way than what it is, the way you experienced it. And you need to be honest, not only with yourself, but with whatever this court situation is. Okay? And this is something because you didn't heal your inner child. There's something happened with you as a child that you haven't healed. You've pushed it down under the rug and you haven't dealt with it, which has created a lot of anger and a lot of bitterness with you. Okay? And it wasn't your fault. It wasn't having anything to do with you. So you have no problem with this, really. But it's like, by you speaking the truth, I get like a father, I get a mother, or I get some sort of a parental figure is going to be in trouble for this. If you tell the truth, okay? And it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them and maybe their childhood wounds for themselves. But they pulled you into the mix and they created a situation for you where, you know, it created a lot of anger. It created a lot of bitterness. It created a lot of stuff that you really didn't need. But I'm definitely getting a feeling that, you know, a lot of psychological abuse, a lot of maybe physical abuse. There very well could be sexual abuse, whatever the case may be. Like, and this is a parental, like I'm really getting parental situation here. For the ones that are dealing with the court case or legal issues or whatever. It's like this parental, like I'm really kind of getting a father figure or a mother figure. I can't really tell because there's both. There's a masculine and a feminine parental figure that doesn't want to take accountability for what they've done. And they would rather you lie about a situation than take accountability. And they need to take accountability. Because I'll guarantee you, this is going to help you heal your inner child, for one. This is going to bring you freedom. They are going to get what's coming to them for a change, instead of being, you know, it's like you're being manipulated. You're being emotionally manipulated. And I get a feeling of fear as well, like you're fearing the worst. But if you show up and you don't have to look at it any different. You don't have to lie about it. If you show up with the truth about what happened with your childhood, you're going to get your freedom. Okay? It has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them. And this is going to help you take away this anger. And they very well could be extremely angry at the fact that you want to tell the truth. Tough fucking nookie. Had they treated you better and had they not abused you, guess what? You wouldn't have had to worry about your childhood. You wouldn't have had to worry about holding on to this anger all this time. You have every right to stick up for yourself. And I know that you're going to have people there supporting you along the way. So it's not like you're jumping into this on your own, Sag. Okay? There's people out there that would support you. They would stand with you. Okay? Now, this message isn't necessarily for all Sages. Some of you might have been dealing with, maybe you're dealing with somebody that's trying to blackmail you. I don't know. Flip it where it needs to go. Let's get into the tarot. Spirit, what do we got for the Sages? What do we got for Sagittarius? One, two, three, 4, 5. Yeah, somebody wants to keep shit in the dark. But you're gonna your card is out here. Okay, Sag. You're gonna have to call truce. You're gonna have to make a discretion, a very discretioned decision. Okay, but somebody's trying to take away your joy. Okay, and I stand with you, Sag. I stand with you. You have a beautiful soul. I can feel it now. You have a beautiful soul. You have a beautiful heart. You deserve to love. You deserve to be loved. You are enough. And you deserve to have your justice as well. But it's going to take you making the decision to get there. And things will work in your favor. Things will balance out for you. Okay? Love is there. You need to love yourself. You have every right to love yourself. Okay? But this might take for you to get out of your comfort zone. Okay? Come out of your hibernation, come out of your hermit mode, whatever the case may be. But, you know, you've been contemplating on this. You can't contemplate on it anymore. You know what you know. You've been through what you went through. Maybe it's time to love yourself and make a choice for you and trust. Okay? Because if you, like, let's say you go in and you lie on the stand and that's found out that you're lying on the stand, that's not going to look good on you. Okay? And I'm like dead center serious. There's something going on with the parental figures. And I'm really getting childhood, I'm really getting abuse by parental figures that should have known better than to treat you the way that they did. They should have made a better decision to begin with. You could have made better decisions. But I think what it was is you're looking for comfort. You were looking for safety. And all of this, you had to keep it in the dark. You weren't allowed to talk about it. You weren't allowed to have any closure with it. But everything is, you're going to find harmony and you're going to find balance in the end. I stand with you, Sag. And any parent that's going to do that to you doesn't deserve to be a parent. I'm going to just say that right now. And they deserve to take accountability for what they've done. At least if it's going to get you peace. Living rent-free in their head. So you're living rent-free in somebody's head. You could be dealing with an Aquarius. Living rent-free in their head, yeah. In your head, their head, whatever. The more you feel, the more you heal. Take the time to transmute the pain inside you. Okay? Reach out to me for a reading if you want. Stay grounded. Choose you. Choose your peace. Okay? Stay grounded and choose your peace. Yeah, you're the wrong one to mess with. They shouldn't have messed with you. Divine magnet, divine intervention. Okay? Sit on the dock and let it float to the top. Okay? You have no problem with sitting there and letting it float up to the top, acknowledge it, show it compassion. What can I learn from this? And move on. It'll eventually release. You'll start to feel lighter in the situation. Okay? There's your card right there. Sagittarius. You very well could be an earth angel. You could have went through hell and back. It's no fun when the rabbit's got the gun. You're about to turn the fucking table on some people. You have every right. Stick up for yourself. All you've done is people please your whole life, trying to make up for something that you thought you weren't. You're enough. You've always been enough. So stand on that. Reaction abuse. Don't engage. Somebody's trying to react. Somebody's trying to get you to react. They've been very abusive with you, trying to get you to flip out, trying to get you to act out, so that way you're the one looking crazy, when you're not the crazy one, Sag. Okay? I'm telling you that right now. You're not the crazy one. Yeah, you're no longer a paranoid penguin. You're gonna turn the fucking tables on these assholes. Yeah, reverse magnet, divine protection. You are divinely protected. You're a fucking earth angel. Hitting a brick wall coming for you. Trying to get you to play a certain part in a fucking story when you're not even there. You don't even associate, I don't think, with these parentals anymore either. The more you feel, the more you heal. Time to transmute the pain inside you. I stand with you, Sag, 100% the whole way. Okay, you very well could be dealing with a toxic Taurus. Karmic chicken. So jealous of your success. They will shit all over your success, but too much of a coward to go get their own. Right? They'd rather take on, and you're dealing with toxic traits due to a toxic family. Like I'm literally calling it. You're a very deep individual. Okay? You love deeply, you feel deeply, you think deeply. There's nothing shallow about you. Okay? There's nothing shallow about you, and they're trying to make you look that way. Stick up for yourself. Your honesty will mean more to the world than sugarcoating shit. Okay? What's your dragon card? Let's see. Sag, I believe in you. Okay? Call your fucking power back. Green dragon helps you tune into the secrets of nature. Receive answers and guidance from nature. Align with your divine essence. You very well could have Earth in your chart as well. Source dragon attunes you to the infinite. Be still in the silence. Magic can happen. Be in the moment. Earth and water dragon creates the foundation for new growth. A fresh start is coming with new opportunities. Nurture your ideas and harvest the abundance. All right? Stay true to yourself, Sag. You have every right and every reason to. You're a beautiful soul. You're a beautiful earth angel. And earth angels go through fucking hell and back. But we always rise. We just have to remember how to learn how to fly. Okay? We need to remember we have wings. And then we have to remember how to fly. It's a bit of a process, but you have every bit of divine protection to get through this. And if nobody believes in you, I do. Hey Sammy, go check out my description box. My link section should have the link to Hipsy, and it will help you to find that information. Readings are open, so if anybody wants one, you're more than welcome to you're more than welcome to yeah, check out my Hipsy link and go from there. All right, Aquarius. What is your message? I think I'm gonna call it Aquarius and Scorpio, you're last. It's 12:28. I should be done by 12:45 if I'm lucky. I want to say thank you to all of you that have been patient and been part of the jam here tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. All right, Aquarius, what's going on with you? Angel card for Aquarius. We got Holy Amethyst. You are the light. You have a light within you, and this light will never go out. Whenever you face darkness, this brilliance has the opportunity to shine right now. And God and the angels are calling you to switch your light on full. Stand in the greatness of your spirit and do not back down, and be the bringer of good that you were born to be. Activation, I am the light of hope in the world. Okay? No, you didn't miss anything, Max. I'm glad I was able to report them. It's good. No biggies there. It's good. You're allowed to take a break sometimes too there, you know. You don't have to work so hard and make a, you know. All right, Aquarius, let's see what your vibe is. Could be dealing with a psychopath, a karmic psychopath. What's going on? Oh, maybe you unmasked them? One, two, three, four, five. All right, so you very well could be feeling rejected. You might be feeling left alone, self-inflicted. You could be waiting for an apology that'll never happen. There's some sort of intimacy or mutual respect, unity, closeness from a feminine energy, gentleness, nurturing, mothering. Maybe you're trying to be in this energy. You could be a mother. I don't know. Either way, flip it where it needs to go. You're seeing things a little bit more clearly now, right? And although you might not be focused on your hopes and dreams right now, you might not be having your heads in the clouds or whatever, you're definitely not dreaming. You see it at face value. You might have done some reflection on that. You're trying to focus on some sort of mutual respect and unity and gain some sort of closeness again with a particular energy. But I do see that maybe you're feeling rejected still. But this has a lot to do with this is self-inflicted isolation, right? So, I don't know. Spirit's telling me to tell you to get it together, Aquarius. You know, the intimacy is and mutual respect and unity and closeness is still available, but you need to be nurturing and mothering and gentle to yourself for a change. Stop bottling up the pain and the sorrow and all the shit and start healing it. Okay? See it at face value for what it is. And maybe you're not apologizing, maybe you're not forgiving yourself. You know? And this very well could be the situation. Maybe you're holding yourself accountable and you're beating yourself up and you're feeling like a failure. You're not a failure. You might be a little screwed up. You might be a little deceived. You might be dealing with a lot of bullshit baggage. But you have every right to heal that. And the option is there. Okay? What's going on, Aquarius? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's some sort of a lesson that you didn't learn. There's something that you don't necessarily need to see from a different perspective. You need to start communicating. Okay? And you need to start connecting to source again. Because you've closed everything off. You've closed people off. You've closed your guides off. You haven't been listening. You've been tuning them out. It's like you don't want to hear what they have to say. You don't, it's kind of giving me the feeling you got no spoons left, but you're not willing to learn a lesson here. You're not willing to look at the actual message. What do we got on the bottom here? Yeah, there's no love here. There's a whole bunch of hate. You've got resentment. You got a lot of bitterness with the situation. You need to communicate honestly about something. The 5 of Crystals, you're feeling left out. Page of Acorns in the reverse, you're not listening to your intuition, you're tuning it out. How do you expect to get through this? The 5 of Feathers, there's some sort of conflict that you're dealing with. But you're dedicated to progress, so there's definitely something that you're good at. I think you just need to get back into it. You need to get back to your passions and ground yourself and take stock of what you're good at, ultimately. What's the tarot message? Oof. I didn't want it to drop. Yeah, you need to love yourself. That's the biggest bit. You need to love yourself for a change. Take a leap of faith. Because right now there's some sort of King of Swords, a liar, very deceptive energy. Little miss. You have a scratch post and you choose to scratch the rug instead. Come on now. Yeah, there's definitely something that you're wanting to die already. You don't want to renew this. You don't want any type of enlightenment. You're closing yourself off, and yeah, there's not going to be any success. There's going to be exposure of this because you're not willing to face it. Something to do with the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Maybe you're not guarding the truth. You don't even care. You don't give a shit. It's like you got shut up money. You got bribed into something. And it's because you need to love yourself. There's still potential here, but you're not sticking up for it. 9 of Feathers, you're all up in your head. This could actually represent jail time if you're not careful. If you're lying and you're wanting something to die, and you're going to be exposed for this, whatever this is, whatever you're keeping. 3 of Acorns. You've done a lot of work to put somebody in their head. To be trapped up in their head. What? For them to miss out on things balancing out for them? An inability to make a decision about comfort and community? I'm not impressed with that. I'm not impressed with that at all. Like I'm picking up a very vindictive energy here. You're allowing the bitterness to overtake you, and it's, I don't know. You're going to be facing some divine intervention, and it's almost kind of giving me a feeling of karma coming back to bite you, because you're not willing to deal with it, and you're willing to more or less be deceptive. What the hell? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you're destroying something. You're destroying something or someone. You're not being open-minded. You're very close-minded. The Emperor, Empress in the reverse. So this is like out of control. This is like self-sabotage. And you're trying to sabotage somebody else. Like, this is vindictive. A caring Karen. You're caring about somebody, but you're really not caring about them. You're ruining their life. You're not divinely guided, guarded, and protected, that's for sure. You're closing everything off. And you're being very sloppy about it. I'm not spending any more money or any more energy, let's say. Money, energy, pentacles, same shit, different pile. I'm not spending any more. You don't even get a dragon card. I'm onward and forward. Scorpio, what's going on? Pray tell, you have something better than this. To my other Aquarians, I'm very sorry. A lot of my Aquarians aren't all vindictive. It's like you're the hunter, Aquarius, okay? And no fun when the rabbit's got the gun. Okay, and something to do with the Sagittarius too. And Aquarius came in with the Sagittarian reading too, so there's got to be something here. I don't know. I don't like it. All right, Scorpio. What do we got for my Scorpios? Okay. That's way too many. I'm not going to sit there and read them all. Card from the middle. Metatron. You have a divine calling, Scorpio. God and the angels are recruiting you. Where you are is where you have been strategically placed. Trust that what you are facing now has everything to do with what you are here to heal and what it will lead to a life that is aligned to meaning and purpose. You are here to make a difference, and it must begin where you are right now. Activation, I am ready to fulfill the call of my soul. Okay? What's the vibe for my Scorps? What do they need to know? One, two, three, 4, 5. So your healing position, you're practicing self-care at this time. You might not be so established. You might be a little bit unsettled. Your money might be a little bit erratic. Something to do with family. You're trying to release some sort of bitterness and anger and pettiness. And Archangel Michael's kind of wishy-washy with you. So I don't know exactly what's going on. But there is some sort of divine intervention happening within this situation. Okay. What do we got for Scorps? Something to do with children. I think it's the fact that you're healing your inner child. I think that's the big thing here. You're removing some sort of bitterness that you have. I'm proud of you. Maybe you're calling on Archangel Michael to help protect you and prevent some sort of harm. I'm proud of you for working through this. It's very difficult to deal with sometimes, Scorp. There very well could be some regrets here. You're thinking it's sooner than later. It's not going to happen sooner than later. And a lot of this healing doesn't even regard you. It has something to do with somebody else. So if you're trying to heal somebody else's wounds, that's not the way it works. You can't heal somebody else. They got to heal themselves. You can shine the light on something, but if they don't see it within themselves, if they can't take their own accountability, okay, or maybe you can't take accountability, and maybe that's why Archangel Michael's coming in with some sort of divine intervention. It very well could be that. But you're trying to release this bitterness and anger and pettiness, and it's not happening anytime soon. Because there's some sort of regrets that you have with some sort of family issue. And the reason why you're unsettled is because of some sort of childhood issue. So until you deal with that, until you reintegrate yourself within your inner child, and you start showing it compassion and love, which is on the bottom of the deck, there's definitely a spiritual message of peace here, but you're not connected to source. You're tuning it out. So it's one of the big factors. You tuning out source is probably a big factor as to why this isn't really working, and probably why Archangel Michael's stepping in to heal this. Let's look at the tarot. Right away, we got the Emperor. You need to stand in your power. Remember who the fuck you are. You need to have a little bit more courage, but you're feeling a little bit... you feel like there's no solutions here. That there is no courage. There's no point of having courage, because you're not going to have a solution. You're being pessimistic. Come on, Scorps. The High Priestess. You got to tune in. Tap the fuck in already. Okay? Alright? Tune the fuck into your intuition. You have sacred knowledge available to you, Scorp. Okay? Something about a botched love situation, too. Maybe a King of Acorns, a King of Wands. Oh, King and Queen of Wands. Together. And we got the Hermit. You need to go within. There's divine wisdom and spiritual power available to you if you do your shadow work. Okay? Stop being such a pessimist about your healing. You're at a place of unrest right now, and there's something to do with lies and deception here. Something tells me you need to take action. Something about a King of Crystals, so a King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Very unsettled. It very well could have maybe passed away. Something to do with that. Seven of Feathers, very, very sneaky, conniving energy. But there's something about you nurturing your truth and taking accountability, maybe? I don't know. Whether it's accountability or what, I don't know. It's up to you to figure that out. You could be dealing with somebody that doesn't want to take accountability. You could be the one that's not taking accountability. I don't know. It could be something to do with the King of Cups. Some sort of destructive, self-sabotaging, destructive energy. Nine of Feathers. Somebody's all up in their head. Somebody might be going to jail. There's a major tower happening here with this, because somebody's being very, very deceptive. Trying to move forward with deception. Something to do with the King of Shells, King of Cups. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. But we have a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. We have a Aries energy with the tower. We've got the King of Shells, which is a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And then we have the Nine of Feathers, which is, again, air energy. So it's about communication. It's about being honest. It's about being truthful rather than being deceptive and whatnot. It's up to you. But I think this is a lot about taking accountability. All right. Karmic Chicken. What do we got? Hopefully I'll be done by 1. What's going on? To all of you that have gotten a reading, I do appreciate you for being here. I hope you have a good evening. I hope the message has served you. I hope it's brought healing. I hope it's brought awareness. I hope it's brought clarity for you. If not, you can get a personal reading. Hit up my link section. Click on the Hipsy, the Hipsy link. And, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do we got? Apparently you don't need a vacation. Okay? Because the last vacation that you had, you needed to recoup from your vacation. So you could have hurt yourself on a vacation. I don't know. Passed on karmic thought by ending it would remove accountability, purgatory bound. This is in the reverse. Why do I get a feeling that you want somebody dead? And it's because that you want them to take the accountability? Why am I picking up on a very sadistic karmic Scorpio? I don't know. But anyway, toxic traits due to a toxic family. Something about accountability, anyway. Committed to making you look bad. It's almost like you're trying to paint a picture of somebody that was actually ferocious. Maybe I'm not talking about you. Maybe it's an energy that you're dealing with. But somebody's not standing in their power, and they're definitely not seeing something. Or maybe you're trying to keep somebody from seeing something. Maybe you're being deceptive. The high priest, high priestess in the reverse. This is deceptive. This is very dark energy. So, you could be dealing with a Taurus, a very karmic Taurus. That maybe was trying to manifest somebody's passing. Dealing with a negative Nancy, somebody that's got a major opinion. Something to do with an emperor, a divine Aries. I don't know. What's your dragon card? I'm out of here. What's going on, dragons? What does Scorpio need to know about? Dark blue galactic dragon helps you listen to the voice of the universe, ignite the codes of your master blueprint, and access cosmic wisdom and enter higher service. Earth and fire dragon works with you to clear the fifth dimensional ley lines. It's time for service. When you give, you receive. And white gold dragon from Lyria connects you to the highest Christ light. Develop your causal chakra. Bathe in the ninth dimensional Christ light. So clear out your chakras and get them aligned and move to your higher self, because there's messages there for you, Scorps. All right. Tap into your alignment of your universal power, your universal energy. You got this. All right, that's going to be the reading, everybody. I want to say thank you to all them yous, all you awesome people that popped in to check it out. To my tribe, to my subscribers, to my members, I love you. To my collective, you're amazing. Keep on being amazing. Okay? And thank you for all the support. If you want to hook me up for my birthday fund, in the description box or my About Me or on my post page, there's a post there with my PayPal. If you'd like to gift to me to help me in my birthday week, I'm looking for a miracle. I got my phone bill to pay, which Telus Mobility, and I don't give a fuck. Telus Mobility totally screwed me with this stupid buyback program. I didn't want to buy a new phone. I didn't want to get into a new contract with a new phone and learn how to do no. I'm fine with the one I have. and they charged me over $300 just out of nowhere. So it's been rough trying to get that paid up. It's been rough. I've been eating away at it a little bit, plus my $140 that I pay per month for my service. And I've got 100 gigs of data, so it's been rough trying to get through that. And being that this is my only income, it'd be greatly appreciated if I can get some help with that, with all the work I put into my channel. It's not necessarily an expectation, but it would be greatly appreciated anyhow. So yeah, anyway, the good thing is though, I paid off my credit cards. I paid off my loan, and my loan was paid off a while ago, but I'm still proud of myself for paying that off. Anyhow, it's pretty well my phone that I have left, really, and yeah, to eat. I would like to have a good birthday, but yeah. I'm in Canada, so I have never heard that, I've never heard of that company, so I have no idea what you're talking about. I can't even pronounce it to begin with, whatever you're saying in there, Phoenix. So, 16 people in the chat, and I got 61 likes. That's wild. Let's check out that angel number before we go. The angel number 1661 is often interpreted as a sign that changes are on the horizon, but you will be able to adapt and overcome them, just like you have with the past challenges. It's a message of hope and encouragement, suggesting that you possess the inner strength to navigate life's transitions. Let's see what Joanne has to say. Joanne Sacred Scribes. She's great. I love her. I love her numbers stuff. Anyway, angel number 1661 tells you to ask for help in repairing or readjusting something in the material world. Isn't that creepy? I'm just reading the page here. That may be hindering or bothering you and causing undue anxiety. Like, hello. This may have to do with unresolved debt. Seriously? Or purchase or an attainment of something of importance that you are unable to afford at present. This is creepy. It may also be pertaining to a fear of land or loss. You are asked to trust that your material needs will be met and auspicious new opportunities will arise to ensure that you are well maintained and provided for in all ways. Ugh. The angels are asking you not to be disheartened, but to maintain a positive frame of mind as they are working hard behind the scenes to fulfill your needs. Yeah, you're creeping me out at the same time. You are asked to remain receptive to the gifts of the universe. I am welcoming them. Angel number 1661 encourages you to ask the angels for help and guidance in regards to any and all matters to do with your home, family, and material life. Allow the angels to heal and transmute any anxieties you may be feeling, and trust that with a positive attitude, all will work out for your highest good. The focus is on emotions, family issues, and home environment, and you as a person. Wonderful new energies will be entering your life, which will lead to renewed enthusiasm regarding your home, family life, and with your relationships with others. The angels are sending you positive energy and balance so that you are able to stay focused on your path. There are times in your life when you reach a fork in the road and must make choices. When you look within, you can come to the right answers and decisions, as there is a perfect solution for every problem. Listen to and act on the promptings of your intuition. All right, my friends, I love you all. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, and have a beautiful evening. Talk to you later. I find it funny that somebody unliked, because it was 61. So whoever unliked, screw you. For everyone else, I love you. Have a great evening. Ciao for now. If you can't be good at it, at least be good to yourself. So that way you can be good to others. I'll catch you in the next video.